In a world where reality television blurs the line between fame and family, few stories have captured hearts like that of the Roloff family. But today, the headlines aren't about joyful farm updates or family milestones. They're about heartbreak, grief, and a deeply personal tragedy that has left fans reeling. Cut to a slow montage of Amy Roloff through the years, holding her children, walking through the farm, sharing a tearful moment on the show. Amy Roloff, the beloved matriarch of Little People, Big World, has broken her silence about a devastating loss that has rocked her family to the core. The reality star and mother of four took to social media to share a raw, emotional message, one that fans are calling her most vulnerable moment yet. Cut to Amy sitting beside a window, holding a photo frame. With a trembling voice and eyes full of sorrow, Amy opened up about a tragic chapter no one saw coming. Her courage, her pain, and her strength in the face of overwhelming grief have ignited an outpouring of support from around the world. Soft fade to a wide aerial shot of the Roloff farms, silent, still. For years, Amy Roloff has been the emotional anchor of her family, balancing motherhood, divorce, remarriage, and the demands of a public life. But this tragedy is different. This is personal. And today, we're taking a closer look at what happened, how the family is coping, and why Amy's words have left fans in tears. Music shifts slightly, becoming more intense and somber. From the depths of sorrow to the strength of a mother's love, this is the story Amy Roloff never wanted to tell, but needed to. Little People, Big World. Amy Roloff speaks out about family tragedy. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. For days, fans waited with bated breath, scrolling through Amy Roloff's social media and scouring online forums, hoping for any sign or statement after news of the Roloff family tragedy began to circulate. At first, Amy remained silent, uncharacteristically quiet for someone who has always embraced her role as a voice of openness and strength within the Little People, Big World fan community. That silence was deafening. It led to a wave of speculation. Was Amy too heartbroken to speak? Was she trying to protect her family's privacy? Or was she simply waiting for the right moment to gather the strength to put her feelings into words? Then, without warning, Amy broke her silence. She chose Instagram as her platform, a familiar space where she has often shared life updates, birthday celebrations, recipes, and heartfelt reflections. But this post was unlike any before. A somber photo accompanied the caption, Amy, sitting quietly on the farmhouse porch, hands clasped in her lap, her eyes red from tears but filled with quiet resolve. The words beneath the image were raw, real, and incredibly moving. There are moments when the weight of life feels too heavy to carry. This is one of those moments. Our family has experienced a loss that no words can ever truly capture. While I struggle to find the strength to speak, I know that sharing this pain is part of the healing. Thank you to everyone who's given us space and kindness. We feel your love. In just a few short lines, Amy did what she does best. She connected deeply with her audience. Her followers flooded the comments section with messages of support, prayers, and virtual hugs. Longtime fans noted how even in the midst of unimaginable grief, Amy found the courage to be vulnerable. Her statement wasn't just a public address. It was a window into her soul, a reflection of how deeply this tragedy has affected her. The emotional impact was immediate. Fans and followers alike were visibly shaken. Her words became a rallying cry for empathy and understanding. What stood out wasn't just the pain in Amy's message, but the strength beneath it. She didn't sugarcoat the heartache, nor did she mask the sorrow with forced positivity. Instead, she offered the truth as it was, raw, heavy, and full of love. It was clear, this wasn't just a family tragedy. This was a moment that redefined Amy Roloff, not as a reality TV star, not as an ex-wife or grandmother, but as a human being navigating one of life's cruelest storms with courage, dignity, and grace. As the days unfolded after her statement, her message continued to resonate far beyond the Roloff fanbase. It was shared across multiple platforms, discussed on entertainment news shows, and reposted by fans around the world. Amy's silence may have lingered at first, but when she did speak, it mattered. Her voice, filled with both pain and peace, became a powerful reminder of the human side of loss. As fans scrambled to make sense of Amy Roloff's emotional statement, the question on everyone's mind remained: what exactly happened to the Roloff family? The heartbreak, though hinted at through cryptic social media posts and emotional silence, soon took shape in the form of a tragic event that rocked the family to its core. While speculation swirled, confirmation came only when Amy herself addressed it, an act that both shocked and comforted fans in equal measure. The tragedy in question appeared to involve a devastating medical emergency, possibly a sudden illness, or even the unexpected loss of a close family member. Sources close to the Roloffs began whispering about a private health crisis that had been brewing quietly behind the scenes. Though the family had worked hard to keep things under wraps, subtle changes in their public behavior offered quiet signals that something was seriously wrong. The timeline of the tragic event can be traced back to just a few weeks ago, when fans first noticed a shift in the Roloffs' social media activity. Tori, typically vibrant and active online, suddenly went silent. Zach canceled a podcast appearance, citing a family matter. Even Matt Roloff, who usually keeps fans updated on life at the farm, hadn't posted anything cheerful in days. Then came the post from Amy, a black and white photo of a candle, captioned only with a heart emoji and the words, "Some things change us forever." Within days, the Roloff fanbase mobilized, poring over every past post and interaction to uncover what might have gone wrong. A key clue came from a now-deleted Instagram story shared by Jacob Roloff, which included the lyrics, "I'll see you again someday," alongside a photo of the family barn under a gray sky. The tone was unmistakably somber. Shortly after, multiple outlets began reporting that a serious accident may have occurred involving a member of the extended Roloff family, either a health scare or tragic loss. While no names were initially released, the emotional reactions from Amy and Tori strongly hinted at the weight of the news. Amy's next post was a somber reflection about grief, stating, "You never truly move on, you carry it with you, learning to live beside it." This tragic event not only shocked fans but also deeply altered the dynamics within the family. Amy and Matt, often at odds in recent years, were suddenly seen together in a photo shared by one of the grandkids, a rare show of unity. Karen Chandler, Matt's fiancée, reshared a photo of the Roloff farmhouse lit with soft evening lights and the caption, "Holding space for healing." The family's grieving process has since played out subtly but visibly. Fans noticed Amy spending more time with her grandchildren, posting heartfelt messages about cherishing every moment. Zach and Tori, once considered the most stable of the Roloff couples, looked visibly drained in a recent family video. Even Marek, Amy's husband, who typically avoids the spotlight, made a rare appearance in support of Amy's public message, standing silently by her side. The tragic event, though not fully disclosed in detail, left clear emotional fingerprints on everyone involved. And while the Roloffs have not confirmed exactly what happened, perhaps out of respect for privacy, the way they've chosen to process this moment in public has only deepened their fans' empathy. As the mystery lingers, one thing is certain: this moment changed the Roloff family forever. Whether it was a loss, an illness, or a life-threatening scare, it drew the family closer, if only for a time, and reminded their global audience of something simple yet profound. Even reality stars are not immune to life's cruelest turns. As news of the Roloff family tragedy spread, the outpouring of love and support from little people, big world fans, was nothing short of overwhelming. Across Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and dedicated LPBW forums, the community erupted with condolences, emotional tributes, and messages of encouragement specifically directed toward Amy Roloff. Viewers who had grown up watching her journey on the TLC show suddenly found themselves united in grief and solidarity, standing behind a woman they had come to admire over the years. Comments poured in by the thousands. One fan wrote on Instagram, "Amy, you've always been the heart of the show. We're grieving with you. You are not alone." Another shared, "From one mother to another, I can't imagine your pain. You have all our prayers." Reddit threads quickly filled up with support, including detailed retrospectives of Amy's strength over the years, how she handled her divorce, managed the family farm, raised her children, and still managed to be a pillar of kindness and wisdom through it all. Tributes came in a variety of forms. Some fans lit candles and shared photos online, tagging Amy with heartfelt captions. Others organized virtual prayer circles and used hashtags like We Stand With Amy, Roloff Strong, and LPBW Family Forever. These hashtags quickly gained traction, trending in fan communities and helping to amplify a collective message of compassion. On YouTube, longtime LPBW vloggers and commentators uploaded video tributes honoring Amy's role in the show and her recent heartbreak. Many noted how Amy had not only been a reality TV personality, but also an inspirational figure to women navigating life after divorce, parenting struggles, and personal reinvention. Through each personal challenge, fans recalled Amy had shown grace, and now, in her time of need, they felt it was their turn to offer her that same strength. Amy herself responded to the overwhelming show of support in a way that deeply moved her followers. In a soft-spoken video posted on her Instagram stories and later shared to her grid, Amy tearfully thanked everyone for their kind words. She said, "I've read your messages. I've seen your posts. And while I can't respond to everyone, please know they've touched my heart more than I can say." Her voice cracked with emotion as she added, "This has been one of the hardest times in my life, but I don't feel alone. And that means the world to me." That acknowledgement struck a powerful chord. Fans were quick to comment back, reassuring her that they would continue to stand by her side. The post itself was flooded with hearts, prayer emojis, and affirmations like, "We love you, Amy," and "Your strength is our inspiration." Even former LPBW cast members and reality TV peers chimed in, echoing sentiments of empathy and admiration. The LPBW community, so often divided over show drama, family rifts, and behind-the-scenes gossip, was, for once, unified in their love for Amy Roloff. In those difficult days, what emerged was a remarkable reminder of how a television matriarch had touched millions of lives. Through screen and beyond, Amy had built something far more lasting than a TV legacy. She had built a community, and in her darkest hour, that community showed up. As the heartbreaking news swept through the Roloff family, each member responded in a way that reflected their unique place in the family dynamic, some publicly, others in private silence. What was once a tight-knit unit, albeit with complicated layers, began to show signs of emotional strain under the weight of this tragedy. Zach Roloff, often reserved but deeply sentimental, appeared particularly shaken. Those close to the family say Zach withdrew from social media and public appearances in the days following the incident. Sources close to the couple revealed that Zach has been focused entirely on supporting Tori and shielding their 3 young children from the emotional turbulence. The family's once lighthearted updates were suddenly replaced by radio silence, a noticeable change that fans immediately picked up on. Zach, who has had his own battles with family dynamics, especially around the Roloff farm dispute with Matt, seemed to carry the grief privately, leaning on his faith and his role as a father to find grounding. Tori Roloff, known for her vulnerability and openness online, did eventually share a deeply moving post, hinting at the emotional toll this tragedy had taken on her family. She thanked fans for their unbelievable support and admitted that some days are harder than others. Tori has always been the emotional compass in her marriage with Zach, and in many ways, her response mirrored the quiet courage she's shown during other difficult moments. But this time, the weight of sorrow could be felt more profoundly, especially in the raw photos she shared, one of a sunset, one of her holding Lila's hand, both speaking volumes without words. Matt Roloff, the family patriarch, took a different approach. Long criticized for his sometimes distant or practical demeanor, Matt issued a brief but heartfelt statement through Instagram. "We are heartbroken and we are healing," he wrote, alongside a black and white photo of the farm. Fans noted how Matt's post didn't include much personal emotion, instead focusing on staying strong for the family. Some interpreted this as Matt falling back into his familiar role of problem solver, while others criticized him for not showing more vulnerability in such a devastating time. Still, behind the scenes, Insiders say Matt has been reaching out to all 4 of his children and trying to bridge gaps that had widened over the years. Molly Roloff, who lives a quiet life away from the spotlight, reportedly flew in to be with Amy in the immediate aftermath. Though she's been absent from the show for years, Molly's bond with her mother remains strong, and those close to the family say she's been a comforting presence, often helping Amy navigate the grief while also maintaining a private distance from the chaos. Molly has always been the steady voice of reason, and her return home has been seen by many as a sign of how serious things truly are. Jeremy and Audrey Roloff, meanwhile, sparked mixed reactions with their response, or lack thereof. Audrey, who's often vocal on Instagram about faith and family, posted a vague quote about trials making us stronger, without specifically mentioning the tragedy. Fans were quick to call out the couple's seemingly detached response, while others defended them, suggesting they may be grieving in private. Jeremy, on the other hand, has remained mostly silent, which some interpret as part of the long-standing tension between him and other family members. The emotional chasm between Jeremy and Zach, already well known due to their differing visions for the Roloff farm, may have deepened as grief exposed even more unhealed wounds. Jacob Roloff, the youngest and arguably most outspoken Roloff sibling, shared a single tweet that struck a chord with fans. Family matters. Even the messy, broken parts. Jacob, who left the show years ago and has often criticized the media portrayal of his family, appeared to hint at the complexities unfolding behind closed doors. His wife, Isabel, followed up with a post expressing sympathy for Amy and acknowledging the heaviness surrounding the entire Roloff clan. For all of Jacob's criticisms over the years, his reaction showed empathy, growth, and a deep understanding of just how fragile family can be. Amid all of this, Amy Roloff has continued to serve as the emotional backbone of the family. In her grief, she has also become the center of gravity, the person her children orbit around, whether near or far. Her strength has not gone unnoticed. Despite suffering the deepest personal loss, Amy has shown resilience, appearing in public once since the tragedy and offering tearful thanks to the fans and her children. For those who followed her journey from divorce to rediscovery, this moment is perhaps the most poignant. Amy isn't just mourning, she's also holding her fractured family together. But even as she does so, the cracks in the Roloff family's foundation have grown more visible. The emotional toll has reopened old wounds, farm disputes, past betrayals, public criticisms, and the ever-looming reality of fame's impact on real relationships. This tragedy has brought the family together in one sense, in mourning, but also pushed some members further apart. As this difficult chapter unfolds, fans continue to hold out hope that the Roloffs, for all their differences and distance, will find healing and unity. But for now, the pain is still fresh, and the future of their family ties remains uncertain. In the aftermath of tragedy, Amy Roloff took a moment to offer something deeper than just an update. She offered perspective. Her message, raw and heartfelt, centered on the universal experiences of grief, love, and the long road to healing. While she didn't need to share, she chose to, not for attention, but because she knew others might be grieving too. Amy spoke candidly about how loss doesn't just end with the funeral or the final goodbye. Grief, she wrote, isn't linear. It's a tide that comes in waves, sometimes strong enough to knock you over. But with each wave, you learn how to stand back up. Fans found solace in those words, especially those who have also endured the pain of losing someone close. In sharing her personal sorrow, Amy created a bridge between herself and the thousands who see their own stories reflected in hers. But even in sorrow, Amy's message was never without hope. She talked about the importance of cherishing the time you have with the people you love. Don't wait for the right moment to tell someone you care, she urged. We think we have time, but sometimes life has other plans. These weren't just words, they were lessons hard-earned, born from the quiet moments of reflection following the family's loss. In the days that followed, Amy made it clear that honoring the memory of their loved one was a daily practice. Whether it was cooking their favorite recipe, lighting a candle, or simply sitting in silence with a memory, she embraced both the joy and the pain. It wasn't about moving on, she said, but about moving forward while carrying their spirit. She even mentioned how her grandchildren have become a source of light during these darker days, reminding her of life's resilience and the need to keep going. Fans noted how Amy's strength wasn't in masking her pain, but in walking through it with grace, faith, and authenticity. It reminded viewers of why she has long been the heart of the Roloff family. As Amy continues to grieve, she also continues to inspire, turning heartbreak into a message of love and showing that even in the most painful moments, there is space for healing, growth, and connection. As the dust slowly begins to settle after the heartbreak and shock, many fans are asking, what's next for Amy Roloff and the Roloff family? Amy's heartfelt statement didn't just dwell on the grief and loss. They also offered glimmers of hope and direction. Though the pain is still fresh, Amy made it clear that she's not letting this chapter define her future. Instead, she's determined to honor the memory of their loved one through purpose, unity, and healing. In her statement, Amy hinted at stepping back from public appearances, at least temporarily, to spend meaningful time with her family. Right now, it's about the people closest to me, she shared. That includes her children, grandchildren, and even those who have had strained ties in recent years. Fans were moved by her words, especially as she acknowledged her intention to pull everyone a little closer. It's led many to speculate that a Roloff family reunion might be in the works, not for cameras or ratings, but as a way to rebuild fractured relationships in private. Amy also teased potential future projects that extend beyond television. She mentioned the possibility of launching a new charity initiative in memory of the loved one they lost. Known for her warm heart and community involvement, Amy has always been passionate about giving back. This new mission could involve supporting families dealing with grief, child wellness, or even creating a scholarship or foundation. Fans who followed her journey from homemaker to entrepreneur and author know that when Amy sets her heart on something, it often becomes a reality. But will little people, big world itself tackle these emotional moments? That remains uncertain. TLC has yet to confirm whether the tragic event or Amy's emotional response will be featured in the next season. However, longtime viewers know that the show has never shied away from raw and real moments. From Amy and Matt's divorce to family farm conflicts, the series has often turned the family's personal struggles into teachable, heartfelt episodes. There's a good chance that the upcoming season, if renewed, might include behind-the-scenes glimpses of how the family is navigating their grief, how the tragedy brought them together or drove deeper divides, and how Amy is trying to lead with grace. Amy also spoke of needing to take a different kind of time to reflect, to reset, and to reconnect with herself. While this could hint at stepping away from the limelight or slowing down her business ventures temporarily, it may also mean she's laying the groundwork for a new kind of chapter. Whether that's writing another memoir, starting a podcast focused on healing and family, or mentoring other women going through personal transitions, it's clear Amy still has so much more to give. And then there's the lingering hope among fans for a true Roloff reunion. With Matt, Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob all walking their own paths, many of them apart from the show, there's been increasing chatter online about whether tragedy might bring them back together, at least once more. Amy's message did not confirm this, but she didn't shut the door on it either. Family doesn't have to agree on everything, she said. But we do have to love through it all. For those who've watched this family grow, change, and struggle over 2 decades, that statement holds more promise than anything else. As the episode winds toward its final moments, it's clear that Amy Roloff is still the heart of this family, and maybe, just maybe, the one person who can piece it all back together again. Whether the cameras are rolling or not, her journey of healing, reconciliation, and strength is far from over. And while the Roloffs have always walked the delicate line between sharing and protecting their personal lives, this time, the pain was harder to conceal. Social media sleuths and longtime fans began connecting the dots. Around the same time Amy posted her heartfelt message about loss and resilience, Jacob Roloff shared a black and white photo on Instagram with no caption, just a candle emoji. In the comment section, fans offered condolences, while some close friends replied with broken heart emojis. Though Jacob has been known to maintain distance from the spotlight, his grief was quietly evident. Then came the silence. Zach and Tori, usually active with updates about their kids and daily life, suddenly went dark on social media for nearly a week. For a couple so open with their journey, this sudden pause raised concern. When Tori finally returned, she didn't speak about the tragedy directly. Instead, she shared a sunset photo with a simple caption, "Hug your people a little tighter tonight." It wasn't much, but it said everything. One especially telling moment was a candid image shared by a close friend of the family. The photo showed Amy standing at what looked like a memorial table, wearing a modest black dress, holding back tears, with her arm gently wrapped around grandson Jackson. The table held framed photos, candles, and a single white rose. No caption accompanied the image, but fans were quick to speculate that this wasn't just a remembrance. It was a farewell. Some fans pointed out a particularly emotional clip from a recent live video Amy did on Facebook. While trying to thank fans for their support, Amy visibly broke down. She paused, wiped her tears, and simply said, "It's just been a hard time. Life's been reminding me lately how precious our loved ones are." That raw moment, coming from someone usually so composed, left a deep impact. Theories circulated. Was it a health emergency? An elder in the family? Perhaps even something related to one of Amy's close friends or siblings. Some followers even recalled Amy mentioning, in an older video, that a dear cousin of hers had been battling illness for months. However, with no official confirmation, much of the speculation remained respectfully unverified. Regardless of the specifics, what's undeniable is the emotional weight that fell over the Roloff family. They weren't just grieving. They were grappling with unresolved tension, memories, and the pressure of maintaining strength in the public eye. This wasn't just another moment for reality TV drama. This was real, raw, painful, a private tragedy playing out under a very public lens. And yet, through all the heartbreak, Amy's grace stood out. She didn't air grievances. She didn't seek pity. She simply opened her heart just wide enough to let fans in, enough to say, "I'm hurting. We're all hurting, but we're moving forward one step at a time." As the Roloff family continues to navigate the waves of grief and healing, Amy's heartfelt message has resonated deeply with so many. In moments of sorrow, her strength shines through, not in denial of pain, but in her choice to lead with grace, love, and unwavering resilience. It's a powerful reminder that, even in the darkest hours, we are never truly alone. The outpouring of support from fans around the world has been overwhelming. From kind words and prayers to shared stories of loss and hope, the LPBW community has truly wrapped Amy and the entire family in a blanket of compassion. Amy has expressed her deep gratitude more than once, and it's clear this connection with her extended TV family means more now than ever before. For now, the Roloffs are holding each other a little closer. They're leaning into their shared memories, drawing strength from their roots, and honoring the love that built this family long before the cameras ever rolled. No matter what tomorrow brings, their bond and the legacy they carry remains unshaken. Thank you for being part of this journey. Your love, your empathy, and your continued support mean everything. Until next time, take care of each other, hold your loved ones close, and never take